Oh, I am live. Part of my challenge was to go live. And so it's so funny because I have no problem with recording a video, but it's something about going live, but not today because that's a part of my 30-day challenge. So while I'm here working, I'm going to share a couple of things I've been talking about or just been thinking about, as well as talking to clients about. And so it's this thing that I've never forgotten this phrase or this concept of a steady drip makes a puddle. And I know how it can feel when you're doing something, but it feels like you are not making a breakthrough, or you're just like, how long is it going to take before we get to the place that I've been waiting to get to? And so, the one thing that I have learned, especially working with my accountability coach, is when you look back at what you have done, you literally can see everything that you have accomplished. And it feels so small. It feels so small, but it's real. There is a difference being made. And so this is really just me sharing um, what I have been learning personally. And as I'm going through this 30-day challenge, which is, I'll tell you what my goals are. So my goals are no door. You are spending double the amount because you're paying for convenience. And I was like, doesn't make any sense. So no Uber Eats right here. I have my lunch. And but if I want something, I actually have to go get it. And if it is that inconvenient, then it's not worth it. And so I'm not going to do it. All in all, that money can be saved so that I can make my trip to Paris, which I can make it happen faster if I do not waste my money. But all in all, another one of my goals is, to really be mindful of how I'm using my time. And so I don't know about you, but it is so easy to pick up the phone and you get distracted. You start scrolling. Next thing you know, you've been on there 30 minutes. And I could have knocked out my daily 10 pages in my 300-page book that I'm working on or that I'm reading. And so I say all that to say, right, if I read my 10 pages today and I read my tomorrow, I am more likely going to complete my 300-page book in the 30 days that I said I wanted to complete it, because I want to fill myself with things that are meaningful. And I don't want to find myself 24 hours later looking back saying, oh my gosh, where did the time go? So I'm responsible for my time. And I don't know about you, but it's something about challenges that make me say, you know what? Let me keep my eye on the prize. Let me, and when I can say, I did it. And it may feel small. It may feel like, oh my gosh, just because you're not door dashing or ordering through Uber Eats for 30 days, that it doesn't mean anything. But oh, it does. It does. And what it also does is it show that you have discipline, or I have discipline. I'm gonna talk about me. I have discipline. I know I do, but sometimes, convenience can really make it easy for us to lack discipline. So I'm like, nope, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna, right? No, I will not. I've told my children, my family knows, so they are helping me be accountable as well. But um, let me get back to what I wanted to talk about. Really was just this idea of not stopping, not stopping. Really discouraging when tough. All of those things can really be difficult, but the work that we do is so rewarding. And if we still love it the way we loved it 10, 15 years ago, then it makes sense to just keep pushing. But what I would invite you to do is just really think about what you do want to do, right? Like I thought about this earlier. I think a lot of us are in this industry where, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but I thought about me and I really focused on what we were told to do, right? We had these Keystone Star standards, we had DHS regulations, and we had these confines and these boundaries that we needed to operate in. And at that time, I didn't know any better. So I was like, that's what they said, do, let me do that. But at some point, I really wasn't clear about what I wanted to do. Right. And so if we are so conditioned to say, well, this is what they said do, but we're not think that's my bell. And we're not thinking about, or we're not dreaming, or we're not saying, here's what I want my life to look like, then we can get lost in just being directed and told what to do. And that's not necessarily fulfilling. And it gets overwhelming. And so when the times get tough, it, it's easier to throw the towel. So I just came on here. When you look back, you will literally see all that you have gotten done, right? Like, have an accountability partner, stay connected, find someone who, when you share your goals and dreams, they will support you in it. Um, but it will happen. It will happen. And so I know at times I have worked on celebrating myself and rewarding myself on, or just recognizing, you know what? Today didn't go, I didn't get the 5 things done that I said I wanted to get done, but I did knock that task out, or I did stay focused and I didn't scroll on social media, or I didn't get distracted. And so when we get to celebrate ourselves, we get to, it's encouraging. It's encouraging. So I really just wanted to share. Um, you know, Stay focused, identify what you want. Don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to say, I wanted that for my life last year, but it changed today. And that's okay. That's okay because life is short. Um, and we can live lives, we can live our lives according to what we want. And I know that things are changing. I know that things are changing. I did want to share, I am doing a childcare business webinar on Monday because I the enrollment um all businesses are changing. Like they are. I know my kids' private school, they now expanded to pre-K as well. And that can be competition. I'm not even far from them. Not to say that it's direct competition, but businesses and people are strategizing and they are changing what they're doing based on the trends in the industry or just in business or in politics and all of that stuff. And so we have to stay on top of what's happening and pivot. I was saying earlier, we have to get beyond this mindset of, well, here's what I've been doing the past 10 or 15 years, because that's not going to work today. It may not work. So if it doesn't, then we need to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, let me think about what I need to make. What's my revenue that I need to make? Um, and if this same thing that I'm doing is not working, I was telling my clients last week that this idea of my building is here, right? I am not going anywhere, but that a marketing budget. We have to market our business. We have to connect and create partnerships. And we have to do things differently because we are a business. We are not just babysitters. We are not childcare businesses that are just sitting here waiting for someone to come save us. Not going to happen. So I know I touched on a couple of things, but I'm going to wrap it up by just saying, um, pay attention to the trends that are going on. Do not be afraid to adjust. we have to do for our businesses and for the legacy of our business. And so as CEOs, there's some adjustments that we have to make. However, in us making those adjustments, that doesn't mean that we have to disregard all the things that we've done. And it doesn't mean that we discount the accomplishments that we made. So do not stop. Don't stop. Continue continue to make those drips, right? Like, and we take those small actions because they mean something. They mean something. And so I just wanted to encourage of this work and you're not seeing the fruits of your labor, it will happen. It will happen. Just be consistent day in and day out. Keep moving forward, keep studying, keep researching, keep finding out what's happening in business, not just locally. Um, and keep just showing up. I had someone, actually I have a couple people I'm working with now. I did not know them, and I didn't know that they were watching my YouTube videos. And even though I'm not one who goes live, I was like, right, someone needs to hear this message. And so if one person watched it, even if they're not watching it while I was on, I show up and show minute to get this together here. I even tried to do it on Instagram. That's not working. It's okay. That's okay. Because this steady drip, this drip right here, I'm going to do it again. This is one of my goals too, is to go live at least once per week. And I'm just going to do it. Even though I don't like how my sunlight, I always wanted sunlight in my office, and now I don't really like how it looks, but it doesn't matter because the message is the message. So that's it, because I have to meet with one of my staff. But I really just wanted to share that. If you are a childcare business owner and you are feeling the waves of the changes of the childcare industry, and you need to pivot, you need to strategize, you just need to really learn something new or just connect with people, I invite you to my free webinar, which takes place Monday, September 16th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. The link is at the bottom of this description here. And register. I'll see you there. And again, do not stop. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep strategizing. Write it down. See it, believe it, do it, and I'm here to support you, or just write just a comment on your post, like your post, whatever. We're in this together. So see you.